Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And we're underway. Adebayo makes the starting 11. Talk to me, Jim. What can we expect from him?
Well, I'd expect him to add a little more steel and stability to this defence, Peter.
Header! Messi. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And it's Torres! A real chance and a real let-off.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Ricci. Now he's got space here. Now this could be a chance. Oh, that's fabulous.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. That's a shade optimistic. Now the ball's gone astray. Hazard, and he shoots! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that was very necessary. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. That's an imaginative pass. Taken back almost at once. Well, now it's a race for the ball. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Can he get it through? No, not quite on the same wavelength. And that should get the job done. And he's quick to get it clear again. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's been... Real chance! Danger averted for now. That is good alertness. Nice looking ball. Haaland. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's intervened well there. Rijkaard clears. Ricci. And that was nowhere near his best. Hazard. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Aimed beyond the defence. He's being urged to shoot. He's had a shot! A skipper's goal!
Listen, you don't get lucky in doing what he just has. It comes from an inner desire and competitiveness.
And it's half-time here. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. How would you review the first half?
I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
Milan go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. Here we go again. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. He's chosen to go back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
And it's Azar. Now the cross climbs up big. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target. Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
And here's Messi. Takes a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Oxford appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, a delicate chip through. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And the shot! It's in! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Stood up well to him there. And here's Zico. Zico. Adebayo is there. And there's the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Goes for a shot!
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Oh, he's been caught napping! Van Dijk gets over and intercepts. 5 minutes left on the clock. Zico. Davis.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Quality ball. Pass somewhat off target. So that's it. It is all over. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. After all of that, Jim, what are you thinking? Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. There's the whistle.
The midfield three, Peter, I think are going to be key in this lineup because it's a very expansive system.
Yeah, it certainly looks a very front-footed approach.
It is, and with the front three, especially the wide men, running at and beyond the defence, there's going to be an awful lot asked of the midfield. They have to supply those balls the attack can run onto, while at the same time maintaining the team's overall shape by linking the front and back.
And it's Messi. Goes looking wide. Nedved. Good purposeful running this. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Hazard. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And it's played forward.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Ricci. Iker Casillas, Jim, a man considered amongst the greatest ever when it comes to goalkeeping.
Yeah, and it's all the more impressive given that he's relatively short for a keeper, Peter. But he makes up for it with his agility, his laser focus and the ability to live up to the big occasion. Also, don't forget the way he exerts control, despite not being particularly outspoken. That is something else too.
And here's Hazard. It's gone backwards.
Well, he just didn't have any support.
And it's Ricci. Good running, strong and purposeful. Now it's Messi. Back into the middle. And that pass just didn't quite work. Ricci. Antony. Antony. Puskás.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Oh, easy pickings there. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And it's Eto'o. Amrabat. And here's Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here.
Mbappe really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the
and that'll be the final action of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Substitutions taking place.
So off we go once more. So neither side has yet broken through. Crosses it in. Cleared without hesitation. In once more. He's got full. He's delivered all right.
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
A great delivery and a finish to match.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have the first goal.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully.
Tries to play it through. Well read, nice interception. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And it's skewed away. Puskás, Messi. Played out to the right. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he whips it in. Van Dijk tries to clear.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
He's picked his way through. Mbappe finds himself offside.
Substitution for Lorient. Number 10, Messi.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Eto'o. Number 21, Puskás. Number 6.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
G.O.A.T.
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Hazard.
Number 22,
Taken back almost at once. So the team separated just by the one goal, which came early in the second period. 1-0 the score. And the counter is on. And he welcomes it in. This might spell chance for a shot! Oh, it's hit the post. It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Roll! And that's a real chance missed.
Raúl has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Threads one in.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Messi tries to pass it through. Oh, that's fabulous. Referee has just said play on. Knocks it into space. And no, that was never going to make it. And it's Hazard. So that's it. It is all over. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I enjoyed that, Peter. Both teams went about their work in a really committed manner, and for me...
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So off we go then. Messi, with 200 games under his belt now, the standout name from both lineups. Don't you reckon, Jim?
Yeah, he's the mainstay in this team, Peter, and his value can never be underestimated.
Luis Suarez! Nicely spread, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Luis Suarez. He's found a way through. Oh, good-looking ball. Knocks it out wide. Cleared without hesitation. Milan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. He's going for goal! He's got away with one there.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
And here's Suarez. Kusanov. And the counter is on. Adams cuts it out. And the pass is intercepted. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, right place, right time. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Great pressure, plenty of it.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And this is Luis Suarez. He tries a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Looking to play him in. Ball's gone out of play. Now, can they get him away? Oh, played right into his path. He's picked his way through. Real chance here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, they've got it again. Oh, this looks sharp. Now it's Yamal. Collar. Oh, that's an excellent interception.
Lamine Yamal really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it.
There's the whistle for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0.
Substitution for Milan. Number 9. Coming on to replace him is number 11. Mbappe.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stop. There's the shot! I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Roberto Carlos. Milan different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Del Piero. Not the most accurate pass. 0-0 still. It's a game that needs a bit of life injected. Plays a sharp little ball here. Ricci. Just about up to the hour now. Looking for the run. It's a promising position. And this is Hazard. Chooses to go back. He's had a shot! Oh, that's a waste.
Milan really have been deserted by their composure and allowed frustration to take over, and it's not a good sign. That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Chips it through. Yamal crosses it in. Header! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And he's taking no chances there. Played in by Yamal! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
And still, we await the first breakthrough. Roberto Carlos.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive? Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Substitutions taking place.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where...
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Showing good feet. Amrabat gets rid without sophistication. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. And this is Del Piero. And Del Piero! And kept out by the most elastic of set. And there goes the final whistle. So a tough one to gauge. Defensive dominance combined with wastefulness in attack, and the outcome inevitable. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Milan can always take more positives from a result like this. Yes, there is some tidying up to do, but some real promise too.
Well, thanks to Jim alongside me. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Well, I can tell you, I'm truly delighted to join you, Peter, and thank you very much for that.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, this guy, Rodri, was one of Europe's most coveted midfielders when he was on the market, and often seen as an integral component in the next generation of Spanish midfielders. He's got that outstanding quality of being able to shield the ball particularly well, and that is key to any holding midfielder.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. And he's chosen to go back, out towards the flank. Fair to say, I think, a cautious start from both teams. And here's... It's Raul! Great effort, beautifully taken.
Raul brilliantly took control of that, which was exactly what the situation required.
And this is Hazard. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Looking to go deep. Rashford. Rashford goes on a run down the left wing. Milan still without a single shot on target. That'll be a throw. Adrabayo has a look and plays it forward.
Milan really...
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Red and black wherever you turn. The San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. And we're underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Guardiola, Peter, is a fella who appeared on the scene after a meteoric rise on the international scene, but he really is, for me, the blueprint of the modern centre-half, and of course he can play left-back too. He's old school, he's uncompromising defensively, and he is truly outstanding on the football.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being He rises! Just off target.
Hazard is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Now it's Lewandowski. And it's Messi. Knocks it out wide. And he's had a hit! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Can he get on the end of this? It's played through for him. And the flag has stayed down. Big chance! It's bounced back off the post. Goal! Raul duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Milan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Hazard. Milan are behind here despite their domination of possession. Hazard! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Hazard clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Just eases him off the ball. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. That'll be a throw. Nice-looking ball. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Kusanov cuts it out. Messi. That is ended up in no man's land. And here's Azar. And it's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva carries the ball down the right. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Courtois. Van Dijk. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Ricci. Can he get it through? Pass somewhat off target. No, that's been intercepted. Azar. Plays a sharp little ball here.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of...
Chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? This possibly the last play of the half. Hazard attempts a clearance. And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Substitution for Milan, number 14, Adebayo. Coming on to replace
Here we
him
go
is
again.
number 15.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Messi, he's picked his way through. Great chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Threads one in, and there's green grass ahead of him. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Messi. He is through here. Now the cross. Terrific header. It's in. They have done it. They have their equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Was 80,314.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Lewandowski. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Milan do have a chance to counter here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And a chance! And he has kept it out somehow.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
Messi, played out wide. Has crossed into the middle. Vardiol. And the pass is intercepted. Back into the middle. They get a throw in. Van Dijk. Raul. Oh, played right into his path.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Looking to play him in. Oh, that was vital. Well, there's the clearance. And he's forced to go back.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Good ball, good take. Shoots!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Azar has found the net here, of course.
Added time.
That's a good run down the left. And he lines up a cross. And he knocks it clear. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
So to clarify, extra time will follow.
Substitution for Milan. Number 4, Sunil Chetri. Number 9, number 27, Silvestre. Number 8, Messi. Coming on the field, number 11, Mbappe. Number
Stern
19,
test this for the
number
endurance, for the character of the players as we head into
number
extra
22,
time.
Antony.
Oh, he's had a shot! It's a loose ball. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Now it's Lewandowski. Kusanov promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Azar. Nuno Mendes. That is good alertness. Guardiola.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Goes for a shot! Yes, he's done it! And that has raised the roof! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? Now that looks a decent ball. It's gone out for a throw-in. Another throw-in. Nice bit of trickery. He has found the way through. Oh, that's neat.
There will be 1
Well,
minute
that defending
added
is
time.
unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. Can he finish? Oh, he's been... And the keeper couldn't hold it. Half-time, extra time.
And now I'd just
Well, it
like
has
to read
been
out
a
our
punishing
grandfather
game, both
who are
physically and
celebrating
mentally.
birthdays today.
But does either team have what it takes to find a winner? Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? They have given it everything. It's been grueling. But who will be standing at the very end? Kusanov cuts out the pass. Till.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And he's been shifted off it. He's got away. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe is sporting a guilty look after that.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Nuno Mendes tries to play it through. Ball driven towards the far post. And it's hoisted. He's gone for goal! And that's really well manoeuvred.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
But that's that, the end. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the game plan for me just looked a little confused, and the crowd seemed to pick up on this early on, and it just created a kind of negative vibe around the whole stadium, and I think this performance was one best deleted from the memory bank now.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. And it's made its way to him. Chance! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Knocks it into space. Mbappe, he has found the way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Azar. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Milan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now here's the delivery. Terrific header! Harmlessly behind. And it's Azar. And claimed it back swiftly. Messi. And Messi! Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Milan really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
No, he refuses to take the bait. Messi. Now it's Azar.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, that's fabulous. Koundé. Messi. Kusanov gets across to intercept that. Well, the contact was true enough, the aim wasn't quite.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
Wasn't easy on the eye, but it's done its job. Tchouaméni charging forward, the ball at his feet. Mbappe. Can he get it through? It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And that has been knocked clear. Played into the middle. Bullish header! No, not the best of headers.
Milan really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
He's in plenty of space here. He's found a way through. Big chance! No mistake! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Milan are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to...
And there's the shot! That's a half-decent try.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
Looking to play him in. Mbappe. Lofted in. Cleared without hesitation. Looking for options for movement. That's a little off target. And it's Messi. Over to the left. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. What do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Milan are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far.
Substitution for Milan. Number 9. Coming on the field is number 4.
Here we go again. Kusanov kept his eye on it, and he's there. Goes looking wide. Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
That's an imaginative pass. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Spread it left. That's very neat. It's roll! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Adebayo. Milan with this handy-looking 2-0 lead. They are looking comfortable.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched.
He's going for goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
The attendance for this match was 80,113.
Messi. He's found a way past. Oh, that's neat. Messi. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Mbappe. He's shifting through the gears here. And it's Messi. Oh, he's got a sight of goal. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe is on his own. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
And the pass is intercepted. Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know. Amrabat. Adrabayo. It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Mbappe. Showing great feet there. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Amrabat. Now it's Van Basten. Aimed beyond the defence. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Mbappe given the lift of his goal. Hazard. And he's got the beating of his man. There's the shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. And it's been taken short. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Eder Militao gets a foot in here. Paris Saint-Germain have the chance to go the other way. Messi threads one in. Kusanov makes the interception.
There will be
1 minute to add,
time.
according to the board. Not the most accurate pass. And that will be the final act. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work.
I'd like to draw your
Mbappe
attention to the
picking
screen
up the
right
Man
now
of the
for
Match
information
award,
on our
and
cover.
no surprise. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
The San Siro for nigh on a century, Milan's power base, the ultimate status symbol of their glorious history. The action has already started.
I think we can look forward to another striking masterclass from Van Basten here, Peter.
Well, many have cited him as the greatest striker of all time, but what in... Messi! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Alexander-Arnold does well to stand firm and defend it. Can he spark a counter here? Now that looks a decent ball. Great ball if he can get there. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Nicely shaped ball. Now that's well seen too. Now, can they get him away? Well, he is slightly undercut. Oh, he's been caught on it here! It's Asa! Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Vardio. Oh, they could be caught out here! He's shifting through the gears here. Bernardo Silva! A whisker high.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Aimed beyond the defence. It's Asa! He's done very well to get to that.
Hazard is offering a wry smile there.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And that has been cleared. Crunching tackle. He's trying his best to keep it in play here. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Strong running down that left flank. Foden. And he's there to make the challenge.
Foden really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he goes.
Shot, surely! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
After 27 minutes is number 21, Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough, though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Van Basten. Van Basten! Oh, crossbar! Oh, there's a probing ball. Eder Militao cuts out the pass. Looking to play him in. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Messi. Cannavaro kept his eye on it, and he's there.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
He's gone for goal. And the goalkeeper watches it past.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Mbappe! Some good work on the right flank here. Hazard stood his ground strongly. Mbappe. And that is out of play.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And the half-time whistle goes. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, it's obvious, Peter, that this team was set up to play on the break, and their opponents pretty much played right into their hands, so no wonder they've got their tails up at half-time.
Milan have played well here, and they have the all-important lead. It's 1-0. So off we go once more.
Milan definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
He's having a go! Superb from Foden! About as smooth as it gets! Paris Saint-Germain are back on level terms. You just know there is no stopping that.
And I think he's even surprised himself, Peter, in how well he caught that.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter.
And the finish! Goal, Milan! And again they hit the front. That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And he's heaved it away. Another throw-in. Played back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Nice sequence of passes, this. And here's Mbappe. Bernardo Silva.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Plays the return pass. And this is Hazard. Gives it back. Now it's Hazard.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Ricci. Passing is crisp and sharp. 60 minutes played. He's in plenty of space here. Lovely feet. No outsmarting him this time. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Messi really needed to be much faster then, much more decisive.
Now it's Foden. Now it's Messi. Milan have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
No, that's been intercepted. Vardiol. And it's Messi. Oh, easy pickings there. Guardiola. Bernardo Silva is the team's great visionary. Knocks it into space.
Paris Saint-Germain really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Guardiola. Kusenov. Foden. Good driving run. Messi. Mbappe. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
And that's definitely not his best. Oh, it's Van Basten.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Foden. Chance for a shot! It's in! They have stolen level at the last! A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are...
Can he finish? Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
This is turning into a repeat offenders affair. The keepers won't be complaining, though.
There will be 3 minutes added
Bernardo
time.
Silva. Driving forward. This is it then, now or never. Foden. Messi.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Tries to play it through. So nothing between them in 90 minutes, and we are in for extra time.
Well, we can only hope we get an extra time contest of similar ambition, provided fatigue doesn't begin to play a part.
So to clarify, extra time will follow.
Substitution for Milan. Number 4, Sunil Chetri. Number 21, Hazard.
No winner in
Number
90,
35,
30 more to come.
Kusenov. Number 2,
Milan pay the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Can they avoid the same fate here, where the consequences are still more serious? Played in deep, cleared without hesitation, and he's gone looking for safety. Pass is coming off in quick succession here, and he can clear it away. Hazard is there to clear. And it's Messi. Eder Militao. And it's Richie. Can he get on the end of this? And it's dealt with by the outrushing keeper. Richie. Foden. Foden threads one in. It's a promising position. Tries to pass it through. Cross to the back post, shapes to shoot! Great effort, but the end of the first period of extra time. Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them? And we're off for the final time. This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. And he's lost his man here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Camavinga. Eder Militao. Knocks it out wide. And the pass is intercepted. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Hazard.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Oh, it's Van Basten. He is through here. That's been cut out, well played. And the referee brings it to a close. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall, I don't think anyone will be complaining too much about what they've got.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle, and here we go.
Well, as box office names go, Peter, David Beckham is right up there.
Yeah, he gets the turnstiles clicking, that's for sure, but footballing qualities?
Well, I think any defence is going to be nervous because of the sheer quality he can produce.
Especially over a dead ball.
Yeah, not just that, I think in open play he can deliver for fun too.
Referee's given a throw. Mbappe! Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward.
Oh, what has happened here? Chance for a shot! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Madrid finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Look at the shot, surely! He has done it! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
That was fabulous. The most adept of touches, the smoothest of finishes.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
And that has added a whole new... Here's a chance! Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Looking for options for movement. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
That's the keeper's ball. Oh, that pass isn't the best. That is good alertness. Hazard chasing after it. Oh, that's clever. Donnarumma gets rid without sophistication. Milan do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, okay, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work.
He's going for goal! Glorious from Hazard! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And they're back in front! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Ah, he's given it away. Can he finish? No mistake. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Milan take a two-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Mbappe! And he's gone looking for safety. Good effort, and it is right on half-time.
Milan are 2 up, and on the balance of things, I would say deservedly so. They had a very coherent game plan, and if they are allowed to continue in the same vein, I can only see the margin getting bigger.
Well, that has been a goal-blessed half. It is 3-1. And the action is back on the way. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
Hazard, brilliantly cut out. And that was very necessary. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. That's an imaginative pass. Now that's well seen too. And back to the goalkeeper. Marquinhos is very much of the none-shall-pass school of defending. Plays a sharp little ball here. Dixon.
That's going in strongly.
Ricci. Alexander-Arnold. So we've reached the hour mark. Dixon. Beckham. Oh, it's a promising build-up this. Plenty of really nice passing. Takes a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And that has been cleared. What a throw in.
Substitution for Milan, number 11, Mbappe, number 9.
Nice
number
interception.
8,
His positioning was
Messi.
spot on.
Coming on the field, number 4.
Great vision.
Cheching.
Can he get on the end of this?
19, number 10.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Threads one in. That ball looks a good one. And he welcomes it in. He's got away. And it's made... Shoots! It's in! And they are dragging it back! Game on again! The movement so precise. The finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Madrid get themselves back into contention.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Pete.
And he shoots! Now that looks a decent ball. Played back in. Marquinhos. Marquinhos. Donnarumma. Tries to pass it through. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Marquinhos. Fernandez. And that interception was most necessary. That's that, the end. Milan proudly puff out their chests in victory. They know that was a battle. They know it could so easily have gone the other way. And they are clearly so happy to have won it. Hazard taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, I think what was key, Peter, in this game was how the team set the right tone. Once they went ahead, that was pretty much that. It was a cruise to the final whistle.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.